welcome back again to another video. If this one is your first time video come across this channel, you are highly welcome. Please join our family. Make you hit the red button down below on that bell notification icon. Whenever we have a new video in this same channel, you will get notified. Thank you so much for chilling in. I love you all.
Now, this is a news headline from the news where Al-Banawi appointed ISIS West Africa Province Boko Haram leader, arrested commanders loyal to late Shekau. Are you following me now? The same Al-Banawi, the son of Muhammad Yusuf, the founder of Boko Haram, the person that Muhammad Buhari groomed personally to say, since your father is no more, you can take over Boko Haram. And Shekau said no, they will not relinquish power. Then, this happened in 2015. Are you listening to me? In 2015. Now, Al-Banawi was released from prison. Go back to the old preachings I made on this very boy. I met him at John Tozo's court in Abuja. He was released by the Chief Justice of the Federal High Court now, John Tozo, that they wanted to use to jail me, and I told the idiot, you cannot jail me, you are a fool. It was John Tozo, the present Chief Justice of the Federal High Court of Nigeria, that released this terrorist, this killer of ISIS. This is ISIS we're talking about, you know. I have their facts and figures. Now, the Islamic State ISIS, West Africa province, under the new leadership of Abu Musad al-Banawi, has taken over all territories under the control of the late Abubakar Shekau in a major revenge onslaught against the farmer, because when he grew up, he became of age. Buhari pushed him to go and take over his father's mantle. Shekau said no. This was the revenge. And how was it possible that Shekau was ambushed? Because Shekau attended a peace meeting called by Ibrahim Attahiru, the dead chief of army staff. And what I'm giving you is facts. I don't have time for rubbish. We have the very, of course, maybe apart from Mossad, we have the very finest intelligence in the world. I'm telling you this, the M branch. How was it possible that Shekau was surrounded? Because they wanted the continuation of that very meeting. I told you this thing many years ago. They called a meeting, they sat together, and they said to Shekau, stop attacking mosques and Muslims. Go to the south, go to the east and take it. And Shekau said, no, we cannot take the east. I want to give you one exposition that I've never told you people before. I was very, very close to Boko Haram leadership. Are you aware of that? Very, very close to them. They told me a lot of things. Boko Haram leadership told me, I won't tell you the name of the person, told me in confidence, the person was being held at Ikoyi prison. I was in Kuje, because I was instrumental in making sure that people who are not guilty are released from prison, regardless if you call them terrorists, Boko Haram or not. So they loved me very much. I'm being honest with you. They were very close to me, and they told me something. Shekau told Buhari, you cannot take the east. That the east cannot be taken. Buhari said, okay. When he was alive, Buhari now said, okay, if that is the case, I'm going to divide the organization. How do you think that Shekau knew that Buhari had died? That was why he called the idiot, the little boy that parading, Yusuf Abubakar Muhammad. He knows his name. Shekau knows Buhari is dead. Go and watch, I think it was the second to his last video he made. They called for a peace meeting so they can plan on how they're going to push to the east to take the whole of Nigeria by next year. That was, I told you before, that was a timetable. That is why this slaughter is going on now in Niger State, in Benue State, and some parts of Kogi. They're entering Kogi. Maybe around October they'll be in Kogi. And by then, when I ask you to make reference to this broadcast, you say, oh, he said it. How many times did I tell you about Al-Banawi, the son of the late founder of Boko Haram? How many times did I tell you? Did I not tell you they were working with this Buhari government before Buhari died? If not, why would the government go and align with ISIS in order to defeat Boko Haram? You see what I'm saying about common sense? Common sense. You need to be able to reason. You know, in those days when you're small, if you're misbehaving, you have visitors in the house. Once your stupidity takes you into the living room and your mom looks at you, you will know. She will convey a message to you immediately. And you take out your useless self from the place. Your mother will look at you, only looking at you. You will know your mom wants you to go and bring a plate, or to go and wash your plate, or to go and have a shower, or to go and take something and eat. But just look, she will not say anything. She will only look at you. You understand the message she's trying to convey. And that is why when your child is you say that, what I cry my issue. You don't have to say anything. Do you remember when I told you that ISIS and Buhari regime APC that they are one? Did you believe me? You didn't. Of course, in this UG, you're black. How can you believe fact when you say it? If we had been able to reason properly, do you think Africa would be as poor as it is today? Of course not. It's because we cannot reason. I told you that they are part and parcel. They are in this game together. Buhari wants an attack on the east. He doesn't want the army to do it or the police to do it. He wants to use terrorists to do it. And ISIS was the perfect people to do this very job. I told you this many years ago. Do you know that today, surprise, surprise, Nigeria government is partnering with ISIS to defeat Boko Haram? I received message in the spirit. And when I want to preach it, something will tell me that I will say, why won't I preach it? After a while, it comes to pass. You will see the facts and evidence before you. How can any sensible government anywhere in the world partner with a terrorist group, the number one frontline terror group in the world, to defeat another terror group? Where has that ever been done before? That was what killed Ibrahim Attahiru. Are you aware of that? He was the one that masterminded it because he was a failure in Borno when he went to fight Shekau. Shekau defeated him. So he was very desperate to redeem his name. So he went to ISIS and gave ISIS a deal. We're not going to attack you. That is why they call them, they change their name from terrorists to bandits. So ISIS can do whatever they like. No police will arrest them. No army will arrest them. No bombardment. Sheikh Gumi can go and negotiate with them. Nothing will happen to them. The key was to make them numerically stronger than Boko Haram, to make them the acceptable face of Islam, Fulani Islamic terrorism. And he succeeded. I know that Shekau was injured. He wasn't killed. He was injured. That's why they cannot display his body. He was injured. He was not killed. But I'm coming to that in a minute. The gospel from heaven. That's what I'm giving you. And they know in Asrock now they're shaking. Oh, how did he know? He has come again. I thought he was no longer going to broadcast. I know all these things. There is nothing we don't know. We know everything. That is why we managed to defeat Mietiala with the little meager resources. We defeated them because we know what they do not know. If I want all the governors dead in one night, they will all be dead. But I don't want them dead. At least not yet. Now listen. Do you know that Ibrahim Attahiru wanted to capture Shekau alive? Are you aware of that? So he can interrogate him and ask him, how come you're getting all this support? Because they know he's in Sambisa forest. Nigeria army has enough men and equipment to circle Sambisa forest and to engage from all sides. But most of the people in the military hierarchy of the zoo, they are all Boko Haram sympathizers, almost all of them. Another lesson for the Fulefus and the intellectual brigade to learn from, because the Fulanis don't kill their own. Never. They understand that these are the foot soldiers we need in the future to fight this very war to dip the Quran in the Atlantic. Buhari knew that very, very clearly. That was why Buhari was so disappointed with Shekau, that when they swore him as the president, Shekau continued. He didn't stop. That was Buhari's major disappointment with Boko Haram. They were his babies now. Who doesn't know that? And Ibrahim Attahiru, that died a few days ago, took billions upon billions of dollars to ISIS, to al-Banawi, and said to him, Abu Musa al-Banawi, take this very money, make it possible. I am going to strengthen you. You're going to be the face of Fulani terrorism in Nigeria. And he accepted it. And now they called Shekau to a meeting. At that very meeting, Shekau was attacked. That was what happened. And in revenge for the attack on Shekau, they brought down the plane. Because 2 people parachuted from that very plane before it crashed. They opened the door to decompress it. It's called decompression. That's that thing they tell you in the plane. When, in case of cabin pressure, loss of cabin pressure, pull this mask and put it on your face, you get oxygen. You remember that drill they give you every time you fly? These 2 assassins were in the aircraft and they jumped with a parachute. They're in the Nigerian Army, Nigerian Air Force. These are the same people that they are putting, Boko Haram, they painted Boko Haram in the army. They are the ones that killed him for attempting to sabotage Shekau. And their new commander now is very, very mean. I'm telling you, even deadlier than Shekau. The new guy is, oh my word, very mean. And they now have war on their hands. I'm telling you. Do you know that the Nigerian army, do you know that Ibrahim Attahiru confessed that the Nigerian army doesn't have the strength to fight Boko Haram? That was why he brought in ISIS to do the job for him. Are you aware of that? That was why, so that there can be a leadership tussle. You know that thing they try to do with IPOB? You know, anybody we sack or expel, bring him, or he's IPOB after 1 month, he just died natural death, of course. Because Elohim is in charge of everything we're doing. You know that the ISIS leadership and Boko Haram, they've been fighting the supremacy war. I've been telling you about this for very many years. Who will take over? And finally, they have tried to do what they can to silence Shekau because Buhari was not happy before he died. And all this Fulani Caliphate, including the Sultan, nobody's happy. They want Shekau to face the East. Their problem is to take the East. When Shekau said no, Buhari, before he died, they told him about Ruga. He wants Ruga. Fulani settlement in every community, in every local government across Nigeria. When we said no, he said, okay. He now asked Mietiala to take over. That was why Mietiala was killing people. Now they know that Mietiala can no longer do the job. They now contracted ISIS to do it. That's your one Nigeria for you. Obasanjo, are you listening? One Nigerianist. When is the Ghanaians didn't? Let me tell you something. Boko Haram will not stop. And the fear of the Nigerian army is that they cannot fight this war on 2 fronts. So it is better for them to get ISIS to do the job, ISIS that they can trust and rely upon to begin the killing, the terrorism, sacking villages in TV land, taking over, Nupe land, doing all of these things. That's what they prefer. And then they can now move the Nigerian army to come to the east to meet us. That was their plan. That's the game plan. They wanted to do this deal with Chad. Unfortunately, Idris Dabi died. Now that is, you see how Elohim works. That was the deal. Let the Chadian and the Niger troops come in to help them to stabilize the north, while the main bulk of the Nigerian army will march with their tanks to the east. That's the game plan. The whole thing has fallen apart because there is no Buhari anymore. And ISIS is now in charge of your lives. Boko Haram may pity you a little bit. ISIS, they have no pity whatsoever. No pity whatsoever.
Thank you so much for watching that particular video. Please feel free to tell me what you think about this video on the comment section below. Like this video and share this video if it's possible. Thank you. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.